Oh my God.
Are you the one that's stinking?
I just told you I haven't farted next to you in moments.
Because when I walked downstairs earlier, it was like the world had exploded.
If it was over by the dog pen, absolutely it was me.
over by the dog pen.
I told you that was me. You knew that was me.
I know, my little princess.
I had all those fried pickles. I'm gluten intolerant.
Oh my gosh.
Also, way to put me on blast.
I don't even know if the framing's right. Hold on, let me look.
Tell Riley something good.
Let me check the framing.
If I look sloppy, it's because I'm single momming it with Ryland.
All right, take one. You know what?
What?
We're like a comfy, cozy episode in the middle of summer.
We're like a heterosexual married couple.
I don't think that's the vibe this is giving. I think it's like two lesbians having a sleepover.
No.
We literally look like we're about to grab some popcorn, sit on the couch, order in, and have a great time.
I'm gonna cook for you tonight, baby.
I know.
I wish I'd gotten some white wine for later.
I have some red wine left over.
I'm gonna get you white wine wasted off red wine.
And
I'm gonna make you some red wine spritzers.
Like an Aperol? Wait, what's a what?
I don't know. I'm just gonna find all your sparkling beverages and mix them with red wine.
I don't ever mix sparkling with wine.
Get ready for a whole fucking new character to be unlocked.
Interesting.
It's gonna be wild.
We have one more episode to film tomorrow. I can't be too hungover for that.
I'm gonna be here till like 4:30. You can sleep in.
Okay. Well, I don't know if actually this baby has been letting me sleep pretty good. Oh, she is in frame, so everyone can see my.
Everyone can see that I'm holding her by the shoulders, like hold still.
My little monster girl.
Our livelihoods depend upon your companionship. What is it called? Compliance.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get into embarrassing me more because you already brought up me farting.
Well, right.
I mean, you can bring it up now and then I'll get into my thing.
What do you want me to bring up? You
my
and
zit.
James?
No, give me this dog.
Oh, okay.
give
She's
me my
not
dogger.
really. The goal. She's been running for like 2 hours, so she's got to be chilling out.
She's gonna fall
anytime
asleep on
soon.
me in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Because she's mine. Look, she loves me. She's chill.
Here, let me see.
You can have her back.
I might have the magic touch.
I mean, I thought I did, and then this happened. Oh,
Riley girl.
Riley. In other news, I've decided Riley's middle name is Finn. So her name is Riley Finn Dawson Adams. Adams Dawson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Riley Finn.
When we recorded Shane's podcast, she was just so chill. She laid and slept right next to me.
Riley Finn, what are you doing, sweet girl?
Riley. Okay, we're going to have to cut.
Joe's like, how's it going? I said, tummy and puppy problems.
Take two.
I didn't clap that time, though.
Lizzie just said, my dog is cuter than all of yours together.
Yeah.
Rude.
Do you think I'm wrong?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing for
I
you.
haven't.
That's like that's delusional love lenses thing. It's a fact. You can Google it.
What?
You can literally Google, is Lizzie Gordon's French Bulldog Icky cuter than all three of Ryland Adams's dogs combined?
I don't know. Golden Retrievers, I think, are higher up on the desired list of
Then why
breeds.
are they so affordable? I'm canceled for that. God damn it. We're having a rough couple weeks here, bro. I'm feel it.
We do the best we can around here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Sip. I'm Ryland Adams, of course, joined by...
Elizabeth Homoke.
What prompted you to say Gordon a few weeks back?
I say Gordon and Homoke all the time, and I go between Lizzie and Elizabeth on this podcast because it's my life, and it's now or never. Because we ain't gonna live forever.
See, if I was listening to the podcast, I would have clicked out. That would have been it for me for this episode. So thank you all for sticking around. Because when Lizzie starts singing, I love you so much. But it's one thing I feel like it's not something you were blessed with. Like, you're blessed with so much.
I know. And it's fucking devastating because it's the only way I want to express myself. And it really, honestly, more than anything in this world, I feel like nobody could possibly understand me because I'm not capable of expressing myself through song appropriately. Like, there's a feeling in here. You know what I mean? There's a feeling in my chest that I'm trying to get out of my body. And it's like when the Little Mermaid sells Ursula her voice. And it's like, I was born without even the ability to sell this voice. I've been robbed.
Yeah, but nothing's taking away the ability for you to produce a great song because it's never stopped any YouTuber.
I mean, I can't write a
before.
song either.
Oh, well, then I don't feel like you were gifted any of the above.
No, but it's like I need it. It's like my soul wants it and I can't produce it for myself.
We were both supposed to be pop stars and it didn't pan out for us.
And so now we're Hallmark movie queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. All right. Well, what's going on with you?
Well, I've got one of your dog's hair in my eyes.
I swear, this woman all day long has said, "Help! Help! There's something in my eye," and I'm like,
Because there is.
Have you not gotten the one thing out of your eye?
No,
or is
how
it
would I?
continuous
When would
things
I have
fly-
found the time, Ryland?
I just don't.
When would I have found the time?
So the one thing has been there all day. Mm-hmm. Or it's like multiple things, like you just have an abnormal amount of things flying in your
If
eyes.
you
want to
keep being insensitive
space.
to my eye issues, I'm going to start just ripping my celiac ass all over this couch
if
for
we
the
want
next
to talk
hour.
about eye sensitivity, my dog Uno
Oh,
is really going through it. It's
you're
his
right.
6th birthday, and the day before, the little scratched his eye, and has the cone of shame. And I don't know how it happened. The vet said honestly, like he could have been running through a bush or anything. It's like it's small, so I don't think it was
Just
the
a tiny
puppy that
little
did
scratch
it.
on Uno's
But
eye.
it's enough to produce some
Tears
discomfort
and
and tears. And what did you say to him today? What
I
did you
called him
have the nerve to do to my dog on his birthday?
Careful.
And guess what?
Do to him is harsh. I called him a crybaby.
And I said,
But I was just joking.
so
He
insensitive
knows.
to the feelings of my animals.
Here's what I do love about you. Ryland was so upset by poor Uno being inflicted on his birthday with an eye injury that he said, I'm not going to tell Uno that today is birthday. We're going to celebrate it next week when his eye is better. And I think that's so I think that's so
I
sweet.
did the sentiment on Instagram, so everyone knew it was his birthday. They were like sending him happy wishes in spirit. But for his actual party, I'm going to say next Friday after his vet checkup, after like I get the go ahead.
You're going to go hog wild crazy.
I'm going to probably order a dog cake. Like, you know, the
No,
dog
a
bakeries?
dog cake? Yeah.
Yeah. I might just go all out because Uno is my entire heart. And
Yeah. Well, you have 2 other children, so.
Well, they're not here. They can't hear me. No, I'm kidding. I love all.
Honey's nearby.
They all have a special place in my heart.
But Uno has the biggest place.
Yeah. So much makeup on your teeth.
Help me. Help me.
You got it. You just got it. Okay. So we have a lot going on for today's episode.
Yeah, I think we got to, again, talk about the fact that I have a huge zit on my cheek. I know.
Is it the same day you didn't take off the patch?
I took the patch off because makeup started collecting underneath it, and that's not
It's
healthy.
much better without the patch, quite honestly. The patch was pretty distracting. I think you got to go full blown into like our waitress today at lunch.
She had a bright yellow star sticker on her pimple patch.
For some reason, I could see yours way more than I could. Like you walked out of the Uber today, and I was like,
What's
that? On her face?
It's because mine's clear, so you could see all the white cup coming.
But we got home, and Lizzie goes, "Oh, our waitress had a zip patch on," and I said, "I didn't even notice that." So maybe
yeah,
if
which
it's
is
more,
shocking because it was bright yellow and a star.
So maybe I just thought it was part of her face.
Or were you just not looking at her face?
Well, there were like 7 waitresses for some reason.
Honestly, that's true.
Like,
there
I've
were
never
like
had-
7 waitresses, and I have to say, like, I fucked so hard with those pickles, and I'm sick as a dog.
We got fried pickles. I don't think the restaurant's what made you sick. I think it's that you ate all the freeze-dried candy in my pantry.
You can't have that at
And
the
it
house
was
next
classic.
time I
It
come.
was-
I'm a mess.
It was classic Lizzie. I'm like, "You're gonna be sick," and she goes, "They taste healthy," and I was like, "Those are the most unhealthy tasting."
But that's
things.
what's fucked up about the freeze-dried nature of a candy because they do seem healthy. It's like eating a vegetable chip.
No, it doesn't seem like that at all. It has the most flavor of anything I've ever
Yeah, it
eaten in
tastes
my
like
life.
chemicals, and it boils down like powder.
It like blows flavor through your being, and it feels
I'm, like,
like
salivating
the
with you
most
talking about
amount of sugar. And I go, "Lizzie, you're probably gonna want to stop." And she's like, "No, I'm fine.
I can have one. I can have just one.
And she eats both bags, and then she goes, "I'm so sick."
I'm so sick.
But you do this to yourself.
I wonder if those are
constantly.
why I'm like crapping my pants right now.
Well, did you successfully?
No, I never successfully have movements at your house.
It's the altitude.
Or it's the demon in the basement.
It's not the demon in the basement, but the other night Shane did have to sleep in the guest room. We had a big blow. No, I'm kidding. We had an air conditioned person coming really early, and he didn't want to wake up and transfer beds, so he was in the guest room, and he said, "Very bad vibe in there."
Stop! I'm in the. You always do this.
But no, because I defended the guest room, and I said I slept in there one night because. Why was I sleeping in there?
Didn't we already confirm that the bad vibe is attached to Shane? Like there's a dark passenger that follows him through life.
He didn't like the feng shui of the room.
No, the whole. If you think about the room too deeply, it's disturbing.
But the thing is, the bed that's in there a bed should be facing the window. But the bed is stunning, and it can't face the window because it needs to like take your breath away.
So there's nothing wrong with the room. There's something wrong with the designer.
The feng shui. Well, I haven't designed that room yet.
Sounds like you put a bed in there that you feel has to be on?
It was leftover furniture that moved into there. And one of my next stops, I have like a lot of things that I need to accomplish before I make my way into the guest room. But the guest room will also be a nursery.
What's gonna happen to that bed in there? That's
I think it will go to the basement and just be like a big playroom with a nice funky bed.
Actually, that's a good vibe.
Yeah, because when we have the kid, the whole basement will be finished and like one huge open playroom, and that can be like a central place.
Where do I go when you have the kid?
Down there.
This kid is really forcing me out of my comfort zone. This kid's literally, so far in this one trip, this kid has literally claimed my job and my sleeping chamber.
What do you mean your job? Oh, because right.
I'm sure they're gonna be great.
I get where you're going with that. Okay, well, do you want to start? Did you post something on Instagram?
I posted something on Instagram.
And did you get anything?
I got some good stuff. You know how long it takes me to figure out how to work Instagram.
Oh my gosh, we could be here for hours.
Oh man, I keep just going right past it.
Do you want to get to your hometown hot goss first?
No, I want to give her enough time to get back to me.
You think it's going to happen while we're recording?
Ryland,
you think we could be so fortunate?
No, I don't think that's how today's going. But I want to like relish in my hometown hero moment.
Okay, so Lizzie, if you don't remember,
no.
I'm just.
What are you doing?
I'm teasing the story.
Yeah, that was enough of a tease.
Well, no,
give them no more. What if you give them as much as you want to give them, which is everything?
Okay, go along. But if you don't have anything and it's dead air, I'm gonna be pissed.
No matter what, I have the updates.
Okay.
No, I do. I have the updates,
okay.
but we want the details of the updates.
Yes, I agree. Okay, come on, move along. With
I'm sorry
segment.
that I am such a harsh critic of your
ability
spoilers.
to tease. No, it's my ability.
It's like working with Tom Hyland on fucking.
You've already told this joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's real life. Okay. This is my life.
Find a new ideation, alliteration. What would you call that?
Iteration.
Fuck.
Okay, so I posted on my Instagram story because you and I were concerned that we would have nothing to talk about, that my tummy ache was going to claim this whole episode.
Way to tease the episode. If we tell them we're bored, they're gonna be bored.
No, we're not bored. We're just useless.
Yeah.
I
did one of those NGL links.
Also, when we get to that, I need to know, what does NGL stand for?
No idea.
Not gonna lie.
Maybe.
But why is it like that? No matter what, when you do like an Ask Me Anything or whatever, it's all anonymous anyways,
no,
right?
It's not. You can see the profile. You can click on the profile of the person that asked the question. So these are completely anonymous.
So would Not Gonna Lie be like, I'm going to say something to you that I wouldn't otherwise say to your face?
I think so. I think it's like tea. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I keep seeing everyone post these on Instagram. And I haven't done it. So then I thought we could, and I did it for like the podcast. So we'll see what they have for us.
Well, I love that. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, unrelated.
And what did you prompt?
So I posted on mine because I didn't understand Not Gonna Lie. I just posted, tell me something shocking.
Okay.
And I am shocked by some of the results.
Oh, speaking of shocked.
What?
Well, I'll wait.
Okay. Now that's a teaser I can get behind, Mr. Clickbait. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
if you go down with lipstick on your teeth.
Is it still there?
It keeps going on and off.
How do
I don't know. Stop it.
The Podians told me to do this.
Okay. It's been 5 minutes and you haven't read one shocking thing.
Give me a minute.
No.
I'm gassy. Okay, so I can't.
Wait, hold on. What did you say? Oh, I said something about Shane the other night to you, and then you said you think your life is so. Come on.
I don't remember. It was in text message though.
It was about your bodily functions.
I know, but you don't understand. I'm literally blacked out 100% of the time.
And I know every time I'm like, I can't find our text. They're like, you can search your text. And I'm like,
yeah, that makes no sense to me.
What? You just go back and you pull down and search a word. It's going to be forever ago.
No, it was literally last night.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I have it right here. You texted me, I have a cone head and a puppy, and just to feed them and let them out takes me an hour right now. I said, you think your life is hard? Joe just heard me fart. I was in my room just blasting grumpies, and fucking I hear Joe outside the door, and you can hear him like come to the door and then decide not to come in the bedroom.
Well, yeah, after I smell what your flavor is,
That's why I have French bulldogs.
it's like
Literally, Joe doesn't listen to the podcast, so I can say this freely. I have to have a French bulldog in my life at all times because I've been blaming my farts on them forever. And this is blasphemous. But it's funny. Every time I rip ass near Icky, I go, it smells like jelly. So that I'm conditioning those around me to think that for all those years, I know.
that is dark.
I know.
And the way that
But I'm
you're
allowed to
grieving
joke about it
is
because
dark.
I'm grieving hard.
So you're one like
Is that not a little bit brilliant?
I mean, it's if that's how jelly's living on through you.
No, poor Jelly's just been taking credit for some fucking something's wrong with me type of fucking gas. I should see a doctor.
We both need to. I'm not as concerned about the smell of mine, but the stomach aches I get frequently are questionable.
I'm concerned. Like this shit is like something is dead inside me.
Okay. Well, let's hear about other people's shocking news.
Well, this wasn't about other people, but I can't find it in here and I don't screen grab anything because there it is.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Do I say who told me?
Just screenshot
Oh
it.
man, it just went away again.
You're kidding me. Scroll
How
down
does
a
this
little
work? Okay. So I don't tell you who it is?
bit. I don't know.
How do I take a picture of just her?
Just screenshot it and we'll zoom in later. You
What?
I'm frustrated because they can't see what's going on and you're like being so technically challenged.
This is why
That is like driving me nuts because they're like twiddling their thumbs, probably thinking of some like what they're gonna eat for dinner at this point. So
well, I'm doing my best, and this is why I don't use the vlog camera. Can I get to what shocked me?
yes. Well, it was you?
No, this girl just shocked me with this fact.
Okay.
Snapple fact: kangaroos have 3 vaginas. 3.
Which one do you fuck? Not a human, but which
I was
one?
like,
just
I
a
don't know.
kangaroo?
Do I get to pick? Does it matter which one? Is it dealer's choice or is it just one vagina? It's like the whoever's fucking it, who's not me, like the kangaroo that's fucking it. Not that I would fuck a kangaroo,
I'm just thinking.
but if I did,
Does a female kangaroo get fucked by 3 at the same time?
I don't want to say absolutely.
If there's 3 vaginas, what's stopping it? I mean, I guess you have a butthole and a vagina, and you're not getting fucked through both at the same
and
time.
I have a mouth.
Wow.
And some women do get fucked in all 3 holes at
And
one
there's
time.
nothing wrong with that.
But I wouldn't say my mouth is a second vagina.
No.
Nor would I liken my anus to one either.
Have you ever had one in each?
No.
One and 2?
No. I'm not a DP girl. Not trying to get all plugged up.
Have you toyed with the idea of, because every man has a prostate. Mm-hmm. Do you ever slip a finger up?
No.
Lizzie. I know
And
it
I'm
seems
not
gay. But I'm telling you.
And I'm not.
After, and it's going to feel gay for him too, but after he realizes what he's been missing, it's like
This
going.
might be the best episode we've ever made.
I'm just saying. It's something that both parties should explore because something
Why would
that
I want to explore putting my finger in someone's butt?
get a small dildo. It doesn't have to be big, but I'm saying if you can.
Do you know what I
if
think of when you say get a small dildo?
What?
I'm like, oh, I could use my Shane Dawson chapstick. Because that's like it looks like a pocket vibrator. A lot of people go through my purse and find the chapstick because I use Shane's chapstick.
Uh-huh.
And they ask like, is this a pocket vibrator? And I say, no, it's my chapstick. It smells like root beer. It's great. Very lubricating.
Okay, well, just explore it. I know it seems funky.
I don't think I will. I don't think I'm going to come right out and say I
but
don't think I will.
For all your men out there, and if there's,
And there's no hate on butt play. I'm just not a butt player. I'm sure Joe would love it. And you know, Joe can in his own free time explore his prostate.
Okay.
I think I would throw up. I'm very I'm going through
It's
a
something
queasy
to get
phase in
used
my
to,
sexual world. I'm going through a queasy phase. And a lot of things make me sick.
And that makes sense. You got to make sure things are.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like every 7 years your tastes change. And this 7th year for me is like.
Everything?
Yeah, I'm not trying to stick a finger in a butt on purpose. Okay. I might slip a digit on accident, but it's probably going to... Well, we won't go there.
Okay.
Anyways, yes, it's true. Marsupials, including the most popular one, the kangaroo, are equipped with a total of 3 vaginas.
And do they all function in the same way, or do the tubes lead to the same place?
Tubes? What? It feels like you know more about vaginas than me now. Now I'm going to Google what's the deal with kangaroo.
This is the slow process I'm talking
Vages.
about. Like,
Is there a way to type what's the deal with kangaroo vages faster?
no, it's just if Chris was here, we could continue on.
If
and he
Chris
could
was
chime
here,
in.
Chris would type in something that wouldn't find any results, and he would say, "I can't
Not
find
when
anything."
he can't defend himself.
We're at war with Chris right now.
No, we're not.
Whose side are you on?
It depends on what you're talking about. Which war are we fighting?
Okay. I searched what's the deal with kangaroo. Oh, kangaroo. They won't tell me vages. I have to spell vagina out. And all of a sudden I've personally lost interest. Moving on to
Because
the
she can't
next.
spell vagina. And she
So
today I hit the talk to text button to say anonymous, and she goes, "What? Because you can't spell anonymous?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe fucking so."
it's okay. I can't spell anonymous either.
Yeah, me either.
I couldn't even sound it out.
No.
ANN.
I don't think is there.
Joe was so rude to me the other day. I was like, "How do you spell this thing?" He goes, "I don't know. Sound it out." And he was just like, so nasty. Oh, it was DeSantos. Is that Governor DeSantos in Florida? And I was like, "How do you spell that?" He said, D-E Santos. I said, "Maybe I can't sound out Santos, fucker. You don't know how to do a lot of things either, Joe."
I can't. Santos.
You're all dead to me. I'm walking off this fucking show.
Watch, I'm wrong. All the comments are like, Ryland's wrong.
It's like, it's a silent P and everyone knows it.
Fuck silent P's. What else is shocking?
Well, on that note, all poo-poo times are pee-pee times.
I don't
But
agree.
You've never shit and not pissed. Don't even frickin' lie in front of the audience and God. Not all pee-pee times are poo-poo times, though.
Whoa. That's pretty good.
Yeah. My beatboxing or the...
No.
Okay. This one I also was like, damn, girl, do not date this woman. Specifically, don't marry her. My ex-husband was struck by lightning and my current husband was hit with a utility line and set on fire. What?
Wow. Shane's been truly fearing the lightning thing because in the last week there's been like 3 headlines on the Apple News of people being struck dead by lightning.
Jesus.
And each and every one of them has been a man out with his dog. And so we're obviously puppy training. And the puppy was letting me know he had to go potty. And it was thunderstorming outside, lightning like crazy. Shane got, I'll insert the video in. He got lightning through our skylights. And like the lightning storms here are epic in a way of like visually stunning, but they are scary. So he like wouldn't let me go out with the dog because now his biggest fear is me being struck by lightning.
I think that's a rational fear.
I also agree. What's going on?
I felt like I saw a light outside, but I'm tripping off the Richter. So
You're also like, we got in from our gate and Lizzie was like, close the gate. What did you think was coming to attack us?
anything. Constant vigilance at all times. I assume attack is behind every gate. But when the gate's open, attack is
What's going on
within
with
the gate.
your food coming? Are they going to come? The gate's closed.
Oh. Arriving now.
Oh my gosh, Lizzie.
I can't get into your home. It seems your front gate is closed and there's no other entrance.
Are you going to have to run out there?
At 7:39. It's been 11 minutes.
What do you think they did?
How do I call them? I don't know how to use this app.
So are we going to have to stop rolling? Do you need to go out there?
Let me find out.
Are you just going to say leave it at the gate?
I mean, I can't. Hold on. How do I chat?
Literally says chat.
Please message me back ASAP. I've tried multiple times to call you. Have you received my calls? No.
Lizzie, this is why you can't have do not disturb on. Okay, we're going to figure out this situation because Lizzie's cooking dinner and we'll be right back. Today's podcast is sponsored by ZocDoc. Before you book any brunch, you pour over lists and lists of reviews. So why not do the same when you're booking doctor's appointments? With ZocDoc, you can see real, verified patient reviews to help you find the right doctor in your network and in your neighborhood. After all, finding the right doctor is just as, if not more important than finding the right plate of Eggs Benedict. ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. On ZocDoc, you can find every specialist under the sun, whether you're trying to straighten those teeth, fix an achy back, get that mole checked out, or anything else. ZocDoc has you covered. ZocDoc's mobile app is as easy as ordering a ride to a restaurant or getting delivery to your house. You can search, find, and book doctors with a few taps. Go to ZocDoc.com, find the doctor that's right for you, and book an appointment in person or remotely, whichever fits your schedule. Every month, millions of people are using ZocDoc, and I happen to be one of them. It's my go-to whenever I need to find and book a quality doctor. So if you too are in search of a doctor, go to ZocDoc.com/thesip and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within just 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/thesip. ZocDoc.com/thesip. Today's podcast is sponsored by DoorDash. And by now, you know I use DoorDash as a personal assistant to deliver just about anything. And if you're like me but wish you didn't have to pay those delivery fees, well, dreams do come true. During Summer of Dash Pass, you can save money and enjoy new members-only offers every week on top of zero delivery fees all year round. With your Dash Pass by DoorDash membership, you can save on average of $4 to $5 on every order you place for delivery or pickup. That means on average, Dash Pass pays for itself when you order just twice a month. With members-only offers and items dropping every week, you'll have everything you need to make the most out of summer right at your fingertips. So shine bright during DoorDash's Summer of Dash Pass and get 50% off your first order up to a $15 value. Use promo code SIP at checkout when you spend $12 or more. That's 50% off your first order up to a $15 value when you sign up for DoorDash during Summer of Dash Pass using promo code SIP. Don't forget that's code SIP for 50% off your first order up to a $15 value. Dash Pass benefits only eligible on orders that meet a minimum subtotal. Terms apply.
This is my beef with Instacart. Granted, I'm unreachable.
Yeah, I mean, if I was sitting outside trying to contact you for 12 minutes after you ordered something, knowing something was coming, I'd be mad.
That's not my problem. I mean, that's my problem. That's not my problem with the app.
Okay.
My problem with the app is there's never any clarity between like you are ordering a single produce item or a pound amount. So every single time I order something that's like from the produce section, the app tells me it's by pound. So I couldn't order the sweet potatoes just now. Like I want 5 sweet potatoes.
Did they forget them?
No, they only gave me 1 when I had ordered a pound because they didn't give me the option to order anything that wasn't a fucking pound.
Do you have to go to the store?
No, I'm going to make just 1 fucking sweet potato. But then we should probably go to the store because the second problem, I'll take your car and I'll go to the store.
Well, okay.
The second problem is I was like, was everything on the list? And he goes, yeah. And I'm looking through the bags because I'm like an office PA. So I'm like, I should check because that sounds like a fucking lie.
In front of him?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? He just lied to my face. There's no fucking chicken in there.
And that's the whole recipe.
Yes, that's the whole recipe. There's no chicken in there. He goes, they didn't have any chicken. I go, okay. Just like they didn't have a pound of yams. Whatever.
What did he say?
I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, do you have the chicken in your car? He went, oh, no, they didn't have any chicken. I said, oh, bummer. Like, but it's always like this. So it's like I'm always like taking a risk.
Do they not? Are like because I do DoorDash, and they tell you when they don't have something. Like they'll text you throughout the process. They
can text me. He did not text me until he was here. There were also options like if we don't have this, what would you like me to replace it with? And I had replacement options in there, but 100% of the time my Instacart order is wrong.
Is it okay if I pee really fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. But keep it in your
Oh,
office.
Shane, wait. Shane, this is coming up. There's a Reddit forum with 3,500 comments, and people are asking. Wait, what was the question? Okay, do you wipe when you pee? Do you wipe your penis when you pee?
Oh, with a little tissue, but only if I'm not wearing underwear.
All the time?
Only if I'm not wearing underwear.
How often are you not wearing underwear?
Right now.
Always. We don't wear underwear at the house. I would never.
You're fucking wild. Go pee.
Thank you.
This is torture.
You know, he's one of the crazy people that I was
It's the
talking
backup
about.
for me.
This is nuts.
Shane, do you like yams?
He's trying to pee.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good pee. I just want to know how many yams we have to get later.
Okay, we'll head to the store after this. Lizzie is going to cook for me tonight. It will be in her vlog probably this week. Of yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, should I get into the Reddit thing?
Do you want to know more things that shocked me?
Well, if you have any. I'm afraid if I go out of this app, it's going to stop recording.
Interesting. That's a good anxiety to have unlocked.
Okay, so I was searching on Reddit for inspiration, and I came across a post that said, do you wipe after you pee as a man? Do you wipe your penis with toilet paper? And I thought, what a crazy concept.
Wild. That
This
shocked
is
you.
Flabbergasted.
Because you've
Mouth
never wiped
on
your
the floor,
penis?
I had to Never.
Oh.
Never.
I wipe my penis all the time.
I think like there's a very simple, like I don't even have to shake. By the time I'm like pulling it back in,
Yeah.
it like is pretty much
Pee-pee free.
solved. And some of the responses were just blowing my mind.
I feel like there couldn't be that many responses. Like it's either yes or no.
3,500 responses.
Saying yes or no.
Detailed tips on how to better clean up after yourself.
Let's hear them.
As
Because
a,
you made me ask one of the men I live with.
as a gentleman myself, are you aware of the finger behind your balls trick? It's been a game changer for me. After pissing, put a finger behind your balls/scrotum and fill the urethra tube there.
What?
Squeeze forward and up like a toothpaste tube, and the last bit comes out.
That sounds painful.
Clean undies all day. With practice, this can be done in public too.
They're talking about going behind your balls
And
onto your
squeezing up
onto your
on the
gooch.
So like up on the gooch, like getting the last
I don't even
bit
have a
out.
penis, and it's making my ears ring.
And I just didn't know this was such like a hot button topic that so many people are going
I
to weigh in
think a lot
on.
of men who wear khaki pants have an issue with pee-pee drops.
This person says, I just squeeze it out, then go wash my hands immediately. I also wash my hands before pissing because I want them to be clean when I do this.
I think that's more of a hot button issue, is washing your hands before or after you piss, because I'd rather have clean hands touching my member than dirty hands touching my member and getting clean
What
after.
are all these guys doing though? I don't really need
when
to
you're out
touch
in the
it.
world, you're
I flop it out and it's supported by my pants, and then I pee and I flop it back in. Like, I don't see the problem here. This guy says you can tap your dick on the side of the urinal once you're done. It works well.
that's fucked up.
That's
when you
the-
read me that's super unhygienic,
That's
sir.
like disease ridden.
Also, again, sounds painful.
Awful.
Someone told me if it needs it,
So I had her inquire with a man in her life, not her husband, because he doesn't like being displayed on the internet.
no. That's probably a 1 in 500 situation. I pinch and shake, fling that thing around till it's proper.
They have a lot of different methods. Apparently, as you get older, it gets worse.
That makes sense. And if you have a baby, I'm sure it's worse.
This is for men.
Yeah, but don't your penis holes get stretched out after you have a baby?
What?
Just kidding.
This guy said same.
Now
started
I have
in
hair
my-
in both my eyes.
This guy said started in my early 30s. Even 1 or 2 drops in my boxers is irritating. And this, like, the amount of times in which I get a splash on my clothing is almost never.
But it also sounds like you have an aggressive stream.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know if that was a compliment.
I'll take it as such. Today's podcast is sponsored by HelloFresh, and there is nothing worse than working a long, hard day only to go to your pantry and have nothing to cook. And that's where HelloFresh comes in. You get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. You can choose from 55 weekly options featuring pre-portioned, high-quality ingredients picked at peak ripeness. You can customize your favorite dishes with Hello Custom by swapping out one protein for a side, upgrading for a more luxe experience, or even adding protein to a veggie meal. That means more choices, more variety, and more meals truly tailored to you. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than dining at a restaurant and is even cheaper than grocery shopping. That's more money back in your pocket. Not only is HelloFresh fun, I have learned so much about cooking, and it's an easy and fun way to feed my family because I spend more time at the dinner table and less time worrying about what we're all gonna eat. So go to HelloFresh.com/thesip16 and use code thesip16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/thesip16 and use code thesip16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Okay.
Okay.
We did that. NGL. Well, I saw honestly Chris doing this morning after seeing a
I
lot of-
saw Chris doing this morning, and then I tipped you off. off.
Anyway, so then I was like, well, how do you do this? So I'm in my Instagram app for 20 hours looking through every option in the story. And then I learn it's a secondary app you have to download.
Which honestly is bullshit because that's the whole thing is literally just ask me anything.
Yes, but anonymously.
It's anonymous anyways because
No,
you don't
it's
know who these
not.
fucking people are.
A lot of
anyways.
people do though. Like if I wasn't on the internet, it would be my friend submitting the question. So like
It also feels like it should be someone telling you a secret. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I want my dick in your butt.
I've seen a lot of like people that aren't on the internet doing this, and they like post juicy questions that probably people from their high school wanted to ask them or something.
So you can say you don't lie, but answer this juicy question.
Well, I don't think it's made for like YouTubers specifically.
Right.
I think it's made for like everyone who has Instagram.
Got it.
And then their friends can ask them a question.
Got it.
Without any anonymously. Okay, you understand now?
I think so.
You are too much. You are too sassy. Too much. How do you deal with hate? As a smaller influencer, it's so hard whenever I get a hate comment. I try not to let it get to me, but I can't help but get upset. And since you've started your vlog channel, are you dealing with any of this?
No, everybody really likes me.
You're kidding.
No, I just told you Chris posted hate about me on his fucking
No,
stories.
I'm talking about strangers, and and for the podcast as well. I'm
Yeah,
sure it
no,
hasn't.
how
You're
do
the
I-
one that reads every single comment. I'm sure you see them hate you sometimes.
I definitely see them hating me, and I kind of like don't fucking care, Tracy. I see you in the comments,
This
Tracy.
is not. Oh,
Just kidding. I don't know anyone's names. I wish I was. I think it's funny if I act like I know them and I look at them. And now I feel bad I picked Tracy because I do have a friend named Tracy who listens to the podcast.
Okay.
It's not you, Tracy. It was just the first name that came to my head while I have a hair in my eye. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. It's a fucking stranger. You don't know me.
And that's what I tried to remember. When I first started out, it would get to me a lot more, or if I made a decision that people didn't like, I would take it to heart. But the thing is, you just have to live your life and shut off from people's reactions, because if I live my life based on people's reactions to me, I would become
So you can't do
a
anything.
shell of a person. I wouldn't be able to create on the internet.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to do anything really without the fear of being, well, what does it so-and-so think? Who gives a fuck what
and
so-and-so
it becomes
thinks?
exhausting. I've been there in like a small regard, being like, oh, well, if I do this, they're definitely going to be mad at me. Or if this, then that's going to spark this reaction. And at one point, I just like, after everything had happened, like in the past few years, I'm just like, I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to watch me, that's fine.
See ya.
Then there's another channel. And if you want to be mad at me, that's also fine. Like if you want to get worked up over me, unless I will say though, with all of that, if there is a genuine or like a general consensus that I've done something wrong.
Yeah, then
it
you
is
care.
like, then I'm like, okay, this is a recurring theme, and maybe I should look in the mirror and reflect about this and say something if I need to.
Yeah,
But-
I'm down to be wrong, but like for someone coming into the comments just to say something nasty about me that is specifically like, I can't fucking stand that Lizze girl. It's like, okay, dude, I don't come to your work and leave a review on your webpage saying I can't fucking stand you.
I mean, maybe people do that. Yelp, Google reviews. People do that.
Yeah, I guess. But
that
I don't
too.
think that's good either. Like, I think that's crazy. And I'm a person who leaves exclusively negative Yelp reviews.
And if it's affecting you that much, you can censor words. So just do that. I mean, there's
You can
that.
what?
Like on YouTube or on Instagram, you can say, I would
like
say,
hide this
I would say
thing?
just don't look.
Yeah.
But if you can't help yourself from not looking, then I think the healthiest move is to like censor a word that you can't take for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I have my comments restricted on my Instagram so that people who don't follow me can't comment. So if you really want to drop some nasty shit on my Instagram that I'm also not going to see because I don't know how to read my comments.
Wow.
I don't, because it's like, there's certain points where people will come in and just say like nasty shit. And it's just like, why would you come here to do that? You know what I mean?
I feel like people are the meanest on Instagram.
It's also like, I'm not the one, because like you see me trying to operate my phone. I don't fucking know how. It's a miracle I know how to read YouTube comments. You know what I mean? Like I literally do not know how to work my phone.
Okay, well, this person wants to know, Lizzie, are you in a throuple with your roommate?
God, I
And
love that question.
why?
Because it makes me feel like a bad bitch. Like I've got like two mans. You know
That
what
are
I mean?
fighting over you.
Well, no, that are submissive to me because I'm sick. No, I'm not in a throuple.
And there's-
James is very single and available.
And Joe never feels threatened by?
I don't know what he would feel threatened by.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying, I'm not I'm not
I
saying
know,
from
I'm saying
experience.
I don't know what he would feel
I'm just
threatened
saying
by.
like 2 straight men in a house. It's like, and a woman.
I think more than anything, the power dynamic of the house is I sometimes am like, don't forget that I'm your primary partner, Joe. I am your wife, not James is not your husband. I am your wife. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Okay, I understand.
The bromance is
so
strong
if
with
anything,
those two.
The relationship on your end would be some of the like, hey, I need to check you for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Least favorite thing about each other.
Us?
Yeah.
Should we do it anonymously? We can't because we know it's us.
You're singing. Straight up.
I'm leaving.
I will hang up the phone if she starts
No, I'm
singing.
going to leave.
When she starts singing, I'm like...
Sometimes, honestly, you have a way of chewing and swallowing that is different from other people.
Cut to you eating that freeze-dried
I don't give
candy.
a shit. I'm eating a freeze-dried candy, but
That
you can
was
eat a
crazy.
silent snack.
I could
you
hear
can
it.
You can eat a fucking scrambled egg that everybody in the entire world can eat quietly. And you're not even, it's not like you smack. It's not even a smacky thing. Your mouth is shut and you're chewing like every other human being chews, but you're making a crazy sound.
Interesting.
And it's wild. I noticed this when we had to do that emergency podcast episode where I came over the day of and you posted it the day of. And I remember I made us egg toast.
Oh, right.
And I was sitting there, I was like,
You might have just been tired and on
no,
edge.
I was like, maybe Shane doesn't have that thing. Like, maybe it's Ryland. Like, maybe the problem's Ryland. That was a thought I had.
Oh, I will not be attacked for this. But I will say, when you were drinking that, when you were eating that freeze-dried candy
Yeah,
today,
it's loud.
it was crazy.
Yeah, I won't take that personally.
Okay. Then I won't take mine personally either.
Well, you should.
Well, you could just, you didn't say anything.
And there's nothing you can do to help
We
yourself.
could have just turned on music.
I don't think it would have helped because I would have still been there like, wow. Because it's all I can think about. And honestly, it is enraging. But it's not personal. You can't help it. But it was crazy.
I will not be eating your dinner tonight. What? Oh, he's ordering food.
Thank you. Chicken's managed.
Okay.
I thought he was coming out because he was gonna he was gonna fucking slay you for your chewing.
I'm glad he didn't hear that.
Oh, really?
I didn't want another person attacking me because it would have been in your favor.
Of course it would have. And
No.
it would have been nice to have someone on my side. Because you forget, I'm the victim on this podcast.
Oh, please. How often do you all
no,
have
Chris
sex?
is the fucking victim on this podcast.
I took off the more aggressive one that included more than this.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I think like 3 times a week. 4.
Nice.
You?
That's private.
Do you have anything about this? What's your favorite part of doing a podcast together?
Oh, everything's my favorite part. I think it's super funny when I am out in the real world and I'm like, oh, I have to go to work.
Lizzie uses it as an Lizzie uses it as an excuse for everything.
Mm-hmm.
If she has
Oh, my boss is calling. It's you. Oh, I have to take this call. It's my boss.
can't be there, I have to travel for work.
I pick up Lizze Liz.
It's literally like I'm like, you can come any day you want. She's like, can't do anything with everyone else. Gotta work. Gotta travel.
Gotta work.
I'm
Gotta fly.
traveling.
Gotta jet. Ugh, I'm going to Colorado for a day.
And I have to walk a mile to the airport. So see you later. Right.
This is literally everything about this is so fucking
It is
fun.
very
Literally
fun.
everything about this is so fun.
Okay. What's your advice for life after college? I'm graduating next spring and have no idea what I want for a career yet. So I feel all the pressure to go straight into the workforce as soon as I graduate.
I mean, that's not really in your hands.
What do you mean?
I think there's a lot of pressure on kids to get jobs right out of college, but getting a job is not 100% in your hands. It has to do with what's available to you, and it has to do with who's hiring, and there's a lot of things that you can't control. So putting so much pressure on yourself to achieve it is not really realistic.
And it's similar to how I felt about going to college. I felt like the pressure upon me to go to college was more than I actually wanted to immediately go to college. So
Yeah.
if you have the funds to really figure out what you want to do, that's great. If not, and you have to work a fun job until you find where you're going to work, that's great too.
Even if you have to work a brutal job that's not fun, hey, you got a paycheck.
But even my serving jobs that were brutal and not fun, sometimes
You
were
find
very
elements.
fun. When looking back, they were some of the most fun years of my life. life.
Yeah.
Had I known that they were going to end, I probably would have had more fun.
Yeah.
But they were very fun.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But I think you can do everything within your power to be employable and to make opportunities for yourself. But no matter what, putting the pressure on yourself to make somebody else hire you is like, when I say it out loud, it even sounds crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I used to have panic attacks when I was graduating college and applying for jobs. I would read the requirements for positions and I was like, I don't have a single skill set. Like, there's not one goddamn thing I can do on this fucking checklist of shit. I can't do any. I'm unemployable.
I would just start.
And facts are, I am unemployable. This is the only job I could do.
I would just start planting seeds in what you love to do, and I would start going in the direction of how you would like to live your life.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of
Force
jobs,
yourself into what you want to be.
Yeah, and for a long time, I was working awful jobs while I was trying to like be fun employed, is what Lizzie and I would always call it. We'd always be like, we just want to
my
like
full-time free time.
enjoy what we want to do. So I would say like whatever piques your interest, try to get your foot in, even if it's an internship, even if it's for free, even if it's assisting someone.
Yeah.
And work your way up the door instead of stressing out about like getting this job out the gate. Because if you love what you do, you're going to be great at what you do and you're going to excel up the ladder fast.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Take the pressure off what you can't control.
My boyfriend drinks every weekend when he's off, and it bugs me so much it's starting to affect our relationship. He has depression, and I've never had to deal with something like this. How do I handle it without losing him? We just moved in after being together for 8 years. Like, am I just boring? Help.
I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with you. And again, you're talking about changing another thing that's outside of your control.
But when you're living with the thing outside of your control after being with somebody for 8 years, it would feel like a seismic shift, because had he not been drinking before you moved in, now you moved in with someone you thought you knew who isn't that person you recognize.
Yeah.
I think you're saying he's dealing with depression. The alcohol is going to make him more depressed because alcohol is a depressant.
Right. And you can't stop him from drinking, and you can't make him want to make himself well.
But you can ask him what's at the bottom making him feel the way he's feeling to make him want to gravitate towards a drink.
Absolutely. And you can say like, I love you so much that it pains me to watch you do something like this to yourself.
And at a certain point, if you're no longer fulfilled in your relationship because he's prioritizing drinking and getting drunk rather than like having a night experiencing the life he's built with you, I think you're going to have to eventually give him an ultimatum if he doesn't want to explore the core of what's going on beneath the drinking, and maybe seek professional help himself.
Yeah, because you can lead a horse to water and you can't make them drink. And you will waste a lot of your fucking time trying to make a person drink.
Yeah.
And it's just accept that you cannot do anything about it and make it about yourself. What do you want? What do you need? How can you articulate to your partner those things?
And I would give him some time. I wouldn't leave it right away.
No. I'm not even talking about like leaving, but I am saying like speak your piece. Like, honey, I love you. You're acting in a way that concerns me as a person who loves you. Can we talk about this? Do you want to change it? Or if you don't want to talk about it and you don't want to change it, here's my boundaries. Yeah.
A lot of people were asking about the wedding situation and if we're going to get married before we have a kid, because we keep expanding our family, but we're not married. It's just not like the highest to-do list. It's not like the highest
priority.
Yeah, like
I still want to like throw you a wedding. Like I want to have a meeting with you guys where we sit down, you tell me what you want, you give me a budget, and you show up and it's fair.
And
even if what you want is not me there.
That's sounding more and more wonderful as time goes on, just because neither of us are prioritizing a wedding because we feel so married already. Like we're already like as married can be.
And you're not party people.
And no, we're not party people. So like I do feel like we probably will get married before we have a child, even if it's not a big event. Maybe we'll like do
a commitment ceremony to each other,
and then maybe throw the wedding later on when we're both feeling more festive. I don't know if we'll ever feel like we want a
weddings
wedding.
Are weird.
Though.
They're hard and annoying.
Yeah. So, but we just consider us married.
Get over it. We're married.
Tips on working to quit vaping. Cold turkey doesn't work for me. So far, I've just been working on lowering my nicotine count. I figured Lizzie could give advice since she quit smoking.
I mean, I was hypnotized.
But you were ready.
And I wanted to quit. And so for me, it's the coming to the realization that nicotine, like tobacco products will kill me. Not if, when. Do I want to deal with dying from that, the way that death results? No. Do I honestly believe that if I'm going to sit calmly and smoke a cigarette? No, I don't honestly believe my life is being threatened. If there's a gun to my head, my life is being threatened. I'm going to have a different response to that. My response is to get the fucking gun away from my head. So you have to envision cigarettes like a gun to your head. You have to envision cigarettes like a child playing with a grenade. Are you going to sit in a room and say, I'll take that grenade from that child on Monday? Or are you going to urgently take the grenade out of the child's hands?
Yeah.
So you have to see yourself as a child. You have to see the cigarette as a grenade. And when you think about using any kind of nicotine or tobacco product, you have to see it as a literal threat and assault on you. And what I do when I see that now, like the way that my brain's trained is like, oh, I want a cigarette. It's like, fuck that. Someone's trying to kill me.
Yeah, no, I'm laughing, but
Because
it's
it's
like,
real.
yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out of
It
here.
is.
Like, that's I do like a whole physical thing where I'm like, fuck you. That's my response to the thought.
I'm so glad that you've stuck with it. It's been a long time now.
Yeah.
So I hope you can get there too. And if you absolutely cannot, I think
try the guided meditation tapes from Carrie Gaynor.
Yeah, I think even if you don't live in California where he is, he has online resources to try. I don't know how expensive they are, but if it's a last resort thing, it might be like
the expense is worth it when you think about how much you're spending on vapes and cartridges and
an investment
cigarettes.
in living.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good option.
You can make it a one-time purchase instead of a weekly, daily, monthly allowance for tobacco products.
I put this one in here because Lizzie had a pretty funny live reaction, and it was, have you ever licked a booty hole? And I was like, well, yeah, of course. And Lizzie said,
isn't it sometimes like always hairy? Like, isn't that a bummer?
well, I think it's sometimes like giving head. Like when you first
and
start,
I think that like
when you first start giving head, sometimes aren't you like, oh, not, but then like a minute in, you like start really getting into it.
well, no, I mean, like for me, it's like how I feel about having hair in my eyeballs right now. Like a lot of hair in my mouth is a bummer. And I think about that like all the time.
So what if it was like waxed, bleached, and clean?
It's a butthole.
Okay.
I have butthole things though. Like I'm not into buttholes.
Right. Does size matter?
Yeah.
In what regard?
If a person cannot feel your penis, it's a bummer.
Wow.
And I think
I
everybody
was
would
going to
agree
take
with
the
that.
opposite approach where if it's like too big, is how.
Oh, there's both. So if you can't feel a dick, it's a bummer. If the dick doesn't fit, that's a bummer.
And that's like a
Size
relationship
matters.
breaker.
Yeah.
If it's too big and it pains the woman or the man, it's like, how are
Size
you ever?
matters. If you've got a Coke can dick, it's a hard pass. You know what I
Do you think
mean?
over time though it would be acclimated?
No,
or
like
it's
you're going to gauge your holes.
Every time you're like working up a half an hour to make
You
it
better
work.
be real funny. It's super nice.
Thoughts on Cannibal? This isn't my words. This is theirs. Cannibal, Army Hammer, and him apparently working at a hotel now.
Yeah, dude's not a cannibal, and if he is working at a hotel, fucking good for that guy for having a job and making a fucking honest income.
And he has kids to support.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't
And-
think we should be publicly shaming a person
For having a job.
It's
Are
like,
you kidding?
Because he was once in movies and will probably
And that
be
he
in
comes
movies
from
again.
like a mega rich family. So this guy's not taking money from his family. Maybe they cut him off because he had a drug problem.
And
he hit rock bottom and now he's a worker among workers and trying to work his way back up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I can't speak directly for Army Hammer, but I can speak to the people who are shaming a man who has a job. That's fucking wild to me.
and taking pleasure in shaming somebody for having a job
Yeah.
is what's more sick to me. And regardless of his past or what you think of the person, it's like if they have kids and even if they don't have
Yeah.
kids, if they have to support themselves,
Yeah.
why are we making a mockery of a person
Yeah, and
for having a job?
Yeah, and not to be like hella supportive of Army Hammer, but like the guy's sick. He's got a disease.
I
know
don't
what I
remember
mean?
that. Like he's an alcoholic or
Well,
drugs.
he's clearly a drug addict. The stuff that he was posting online is not indicative of a person who's making
And yeah.
coherent choices.
And if he's holding a job like this, hopefully that's a sign that he's sober and doing
Yeah.
well. And I think like the mental impact on a person when there's nonstop articles shaming you for
Yeah.
where you are at in life. 'Cause
let him recover.
Life is unpredictable. All of us could be up and down and down and up at any time.
Yeah.
Like just be thankful for where you're at right now and try
Life
to go
goes
to
quick,
the next day.
but that bitch is long.
Wow.
Oh, is that like life busts quick, but she's like long? Is there a way to make that a thing? No. It's okay. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, our last question is, I want to leave my boyfriend of 8 years.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Because
dump his ass. Say bye. Say, you know what? Sit him down. Here's the deal. I'm breaking up with you, and I'm not going to talk to you for a long time.
you know that it's not like that easy. We're
that
being
easy.
crazy because we've been recording for a long time.
No, but do it.
You have to. I mean, if you know in
Do
your
it.
heart what...
Oh, I'm sore in my chest.
And if you're not growing with him, if you don't see a potential to grow with him, then you got to evolve in your life.
I mean, the fact that you just said I want to break up with my boyfriend, like, you do it. You don't need a reason beyond that. Get out. Get out right now. I'll tell him this is the end of you and them. I wish I could go back in time and put fucking goggles on before I stepped in this house.
Jesus Christ.
I can't see anymore. You know how Uno got his eyeball scratched? Living here. That's it. That's all he had to do.
From himself.
From his own fur. It's his own damn fur.
Okay. Do we need to break down or should we do some advice?
Let's do some
Well,
advice though.
hold on. I was like trying to crack my head. All right. Let's get into some
Advice though.
All right. We have some callers on this day.
On this fine Sunday evening. It's a Sunday before a Monday.
Guy that I've been seeing for the last little over a year, about 6 months into us talking with each other, I stepped out of the relationship in a way. I had sent some explicit photos to a guy, and those photos had got sent over to my dude that I'm seeing, and it has caused so much problems between us because he's convinced that I slept with this guy. I'm very adamant that I did not because I didn't. So he's trying to have me jump through all these hoops and do some pretty drastic things to get back in his good graces, but he's still very standoffish with me. I just wanted to know if you guys think that it is a possibility to make it work with someone when there has been infidelity, but not physical infidelity. Like I said, it was just a photo. I was drunk. It was just a one-time thing. So I don't know if you guys think it would work. If you don't think it would work, I'd love to hear your input. But yeah, other than that, I love you guys. Ryland, you and Shane are literally like my favorite couple on social media right now. Y'all are literally the cutest. And Lizzie, you are fantastic. I love you. Don't stop being you. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think, first of all, you do have to meet him where he's at. And he does have the upper hand, and he knows it. I mean, I know his feelings are hurt, but you kind of have to meet him where he's at because you did the thing that hurt his feelings.
But he also has to decide that he's going to and willing to forgive you.
And that's what I mean, meeting him where he's at and having an honest conversation. And that is, so I know what I did hurt you. Is there moving past this for you? And is it worth us is our relationship worth it to you? Do you want to stick this out? Do you want to try to keep moving forward? I think if it was like, I don't know, how serious were you guys to begin with if you're sending photos to somebody else? I know you said that you were drunk and it was a mistake.
And checked out.
It also kind of seems as though, like, if it got directly back to your guy, was this guy that you were sending things to, like baiting you to
Good
see
questions.
if you could? Because it is very odd that the guy you were sending, like, is the guy that you were sending photos to, like, his homie, like one of his best friends? Otherwise, why would he directly find it?
Yeah, and also, why were you checked out? Are you like, and why did you check back in? Like, how long are you willing to stay and wait for your mans to heal?
And I guess, yeah, that's a good question.
And
If
I know
you're
that
checking
sounds
out-
insensitive, but I do think that when you're dating, check into why you checked out. Because if you're going to make a choice like that, it is kind of like what we were talking about in the car earlier today, like about making choices based around what you feel you want to back up. Like, I want to act the way I want to be held responsible for. I don't want to do things that cause shame for me or put me in a position where I have to feel the need to apologize, because that's always uncomfortable and scary for me. So in order to avoid those negative feelings and that anxiety, I choose to act in a way that does not require a follow-up of that sort. So when I do find myself in a position to make an apology, it's because I've made a mistake.
Yeah, so I guess also asking yourself how much of getting him back is like a chase for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
because sometimes that's more exciting, like trying to win him back over. I know this sounds really
it's like
bad, but
exciting isn't the right word. It's like it feels like the appropriate thing for a person to do when they've done something wrong.
Right. So
like, I will make amends for this by making it up to you by fixing our relationship, but is this a relationship you would like to fix?
yeah, so if he accepts your apology today and says, I'm ready to put this behind us, let's move forward and build a relationship stronger and better than ever, is that something you actually want? And I think that's something you have to ask yourself if you did this in the first place. But I think meeting him where he's at, asking him what he really wants from you, and trying to find a middle ground if you want to move forward in this relationship.
And choose how long you guys are willing to work at it, because there is a point where it becomes an insufferable burden on both of you. Like, I can't stand being mad at you, and I can't stand having you be mad at me. I can't be punished daily. If you can't get over it, I don't want to live in constant punishment for something that I cannot undo because I did it.
Yeah.
And that's the sad fact. You cannot undo cheating. You cannot undo it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not physical, even if there's no fucking, it's the act of betrayal.
And I think if I'm stepping in his shoes, it's the fear of what else or how could you take it further, even if it was a mistake. You know what I mean?
And it already sounds like he has you jumping through some hoops, because you said he was making you do kind of like a laundry list of shit to prove your loyalty to him. And that already, to me, doesn't sound good.
And he's probably trying to make himself feel more valid in the relationship. But I agree with you. The to-do list is like...
Well, it's like either you got to forgive somebody or not. You trust someone or you don't. If the trust is broken and shattered beyond repair and you're not willing to fix it without an external Band-Aid by the other person, then you don't trust that person.
Yeah. So I think a brutally honest conversation. And I think...
And be kind, because you fucked up. And it's okay to fuck up. You can fuck up. But did you fuck up because of a landmine that's about to fucking explode inside you that you don't want to be in this relationship?
Yeah. My biggest question is, do you really want to be with him?
Because I was in a relationship in college and I cheated all the fucking time. And I was like, I swear this is the last time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to marry this guy. And everyone kept being like, I don't know, man.
You're cheating on him.
All the time. And in my mind, I was like, no. I this is what I want. And then it's like when I look.
Did he know you were cheating on him?
Oh, yeah. And he was cheating on me all over the place.
Okay.
And it was like super volatile and not cool. And then both of us would be like, I love you. You're my person. We shall be wed. And then like one year, I just sort of was coming up with even more extreme excuses for the relationship to not work out. Like I was going to go to school in Oslo, Norway. And I think my dad was like, why don't you just break up with this guy?
Seems like an easier... Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to break up with him. And then I was like, oh.
And that's what I mean. Sometimes when you're entangled in something, it's like, well, are you just going
why
through the motions? Why
are you trying to make this work? Yeah.
Or is it just is that just presented in front of you and feels like the path you have to walk down because you're on it? And
it's also like comfort in a relationship is a real son of a bitch, and you can get comfortable in toxic patterns as well. Like you can get comfortable in a fight and forgiveness pattern. You can get comfortable in a I will be victorious and make this work even though everyone tells me it won't. No matter what it is, this is your path, and you are in control of your actions and your decisions and where you want it to lead. But you got to be sure you know what your motivation is.
Amen.
Hi, Ryland. Hi, Lizzie. So I have a little bit of a dilemma. I have been seeing this guy, but we're not really dating. We're just kind of hanging out a lot lately and having sex on a regular. But it's getting to a point where I'm like seeing him every single day, and he calls me every single day to come see me. And, to me, I feel like this is more of a self-buddy situation. But then when I try to leave his house at, like, let's say 5 o'clock in the morning after we watch movies or whatever, he doesn't want me to leave. Should I bring up that I don't want a relationship, or should I just leave it be? Thanks. Bye.
Why am I smiling like they're in love? Like, why does it feel like this is the beginning of a love story?
I do feel like they're meant for each other, and like the timing isn't right. Yeah. But I do...
Based off of no details.
Yes, no, I know. This is
We're like, get married!
No, I do think this is like blissfully cute, but I
Yeah.
don't, if you're not ready to meet him where he's at, I do think you need to have the conversation with him because
This is the dirtiest well, not dirtiest, but I mean like the line is so blurred
in terms of what?
of fuck buddy and relationship with them.
I feel like with fuck buddies, after you meet a certain threshold of like getting comfortable having sex frequently, because I know like in my early 20s, I wanted to hook up with somebody constantly, but I didn't want a relationship. And instead of like searching for a stranger that wasn't safe, it's like, oh, if I feel comfortable with you, this is great. No strings attached. But I feel like what always ends up happening is one person
Catches
starts
feelings.
developing more feelings than the other. And I just feel like I said in the last question, you have to meet somebody where they're at, and you can't drag them along for too long, because
you can't.
if they're looking for a long-term serious relationship, it's just
Well, it's like they might not even know that they're looking for a long-term serious relationship, but it sounds like they like you more than a fuck buddy.
and if you're hanging out that frequently
And talking daily,
Seems
you're
like
in a
you-
relationship. That's what kind of drives me crazy, because I would have this with men a lot, where it would be like everything on this checks a relationship box except for your willingness to call it such.
interesting.
You're going to spend every day with me. You're only having sex with me, nobody else. We talk all the time.
And I think timing's everything, though, because
Yeah.
in my early 20s, and it was an internal thing where I felt I didn't have something to offer someone else because I hadn't achieved a level of stability in my
Yeah.
life. Like, I felt like everything was in flux. I was working 3 jobs. I just wasn't where I needed to be in order to give myself to someone else. And so it wouldn't have been, I mean, I hurt a couple of guys' feelings because I did like them, and had I been 25, maybe we could have been in a relationship, but I wasn't there. I couldn't
Yeah.
meet them there. And so I think telling this person where you're at, especially if you're spending that much time, I know it can be hard, especially if you guys are having fun, but maybe he is down to keep going for a while, or maybe he's not. But there will be, if you're just looking to have sex, there's going to be somebody else to have sex with.
Also, you might surprise yourself. You might tell him all this and he's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, honestly, maybe.
Yeah. Dudes are weird like that. Honestly, fucking weirdos.
That's why Lizzie's a leslie.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's so rude.
But I definitely think you should tell him. I'm glad you guys are having fun. And a small part of me thinks that you honestly love him too. And that's based on nothing.
This is us not even knowing your name. We're like, get married.
Well, yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Sip.
What are you doing?
I'm ending the show, and then I'm going to insert what do you mean? What am I doing?
My hometown gossip.
That should be placed before advice. We always end the show with advice. How did you forget about it?
I know we end the show with advice, but I thought.
Okay, let me roll out on the show, and
Okay.
then we'll...
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well...
I'm so sorry.
All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's Lizzie.
I'm sorry. It's the fur in my eye for me.
I'm
holding
now
it-
it's the other eye.
No, it's the same
You are
eye.
so dramatic. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode of The Sip.
Sound off in the comments below if you know it's the same eye. Audience knows best. Continue with your closer.
If you want to follow us on social media, we're at The Sip Official. We're also on there personally. Watch Lizzie's vlogs every single Tuesday morning. You can watch my vlog channel too. And thank you so much for sticking with us, supporting us, and enjoying our show. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
And
That's
that's the
the sip.
sip.